1.
Welcome to the Templeton Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. It is Tuesday, December 19th, 2023 at 6:30 p.m. Everybody could rise and pledge their allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, do we want to review these minutes first or what?
That's up to you. You can reorder the agenda.
We
That's your
could-
purview.
We did at the end. Did everybody review them already or no?
Yeah, I saw her somewhat. I kind
Okay.
of went through.
All right, we'll wait till the end because I didn't get a unanimous. Okay, so we're gonna go with number 2, which is the Zoning Board of Appeals acting under section 300-19, non-conforming uses and structures will be heard. Will hear a request for a special permit from Adam Brodeur of 184 Brooks Road for addition of auto sales to the pre-existing non-conforming use. Is Adam Brodeur here? You want to come up front and talk to us about what you...
Mr. Chair, also so you know, in your packet is the only copy of the site plan for Mr. Brodeur.
Mm-hmm. You guys have to beg me to look at it. Pretty fair. So you want to sell cars, huh? What do you
Yes.
do where you're at now?
We are currently the Village Carriage Shop, which
Okay.
has been in business
Retail.
for
Yeah.
a little bit over 40 years. For those that don't know of the business,
Mhm.
I took over for the business from Paul Fisher last year, and we're looking to add used cars to that location.
Mhm.
As you know, it's a pre-existing non-conforming use. However, it does have grandfathered status for well over 40 years. I reside at the property and operate the business myself. I have experience in the used car business, having previously held licenses here in Templeton from approximately 2003 to 2010.
What was that?
That was as dealer principal with Mike Aiken at Aiken Automotive,
Okay.
and then also in Gardner for myself. It's not a dissimilar type of use for the property as it's already automotive. We don't anticipate any increased traffic, noise, otherwise changes to the property. The use is the same, just looking to add that license. As you know, it also needs to go to the Board of Selectmen after this hearing for their review and approval as well. So sort of a joint effort in that. So as such, we're looking for some leniency from the board to get the special permit.
Do you find that having a used car lot there on top of what you're doing would make it more congested for you?
No, it would not. We're right now a small shop. We're just doing specialty work.
Mhm.
So there's no increase in the amount for us. Again, it's also a destination type business, so it's not like it's going to be a Walmart with people coming and going. People are going to find a car on the internet that they want to see, call and schedule an appointment, or come and take a look at it. So
Some questions we ask are just off the wall, but how many
Sure.
cars would you want to keep there to sell for
Uh,
sale at any given time?
we're looking for 17 cars.
Mhm.
We had Zoc come out, survey the property, and as it stands now with the existing paved parking lot, he's been able to scale and design it for 17 cars
Okay.
of
And that's on this
available for
plan?
sale. Correct, yes. If it's not on that plan, it's on the plan that's on board with the selectmen already.
Okay.
That's the one I picked.
Oh, you grabbed it from them? Great. So yeah, so that's already on there. And again, I think the selectmen have the final say with the number
Right.
of vehicles, so.
Right, we just,
But yeah, we definitely had that put on there for you.
like I say, we ask off the wall questions just
Sure.
so we know, what kind of intentions are going.
Mhm.
you are an established business in this town, depending on, you know, whether it's manufacturing or whatever type of commercial use. This board does do grandfathering issues. The only board who does it. Make a long story short, no two cases are identical or alike or get the same decision. It's just, if people come complain, people come
Correct.
in your favor or vice versa.
Mhm.
We look at it all.
Of course, yeah, for over 40 years, Paul couldn't be here tonight, unfortunately, but he would attest to the fact that he's been there for 40 years, never had a complaint or
no.
issue with the neighbors. And again, I know pretty much every abutter almost, and no one's had any complaints or issues, or has any objection to me adding the license to the property.
Probably wouldn't even know what happened.
Probably wouldn't even know.
Any other questions from the board?
Are you still gonna be doing auto body work?
Yes, we're gonna do auto body.
You'll do
repair.
auto
Yep,
body.
correct, yeah.
How many, I do have a question. How many guys working for you now at the Village Carrot Shop?
Presently none,
Just yourself?
just myself, yes.
All right. And how many more are you gonna have when you start, how many more employees will you have when you start the used car business?
Potentially one part-time person.
In hours?
Hours are 7 to 5 and they're unchanged from the present use, Monday through Friday.
No weekends?
Not at this time. It's sort of always been appointment only or by appointment on Saturdays, so.
Well, I'm sure you're gonna advertise to the public, so won't be appointment only, but
Is it gonna be cars, trucks, massive trucks, big trucks, loud trucks? Is it
No.
Gonna be a,
Just regular vehicles.
Looking at a no commercial vehicle sales license is what you want.
I don't think it specifies as a class 2 dealer license.
Mhm.
I
But when we
mean,
go commercial, it sky's the
well,
limit.
commercial could be, commercial could be an F-250 pickup that someone
but-
registers commercially, so.
Well, these gotta be
you know,
commercial.
It could be, if you're looking for a restriction or an issue, you could, be something like anything over 26,000 pounds or 30,000 pounds. That would be, in the eyes of DOT, anything over 26,000 pounds is a commercial vehicle.
Mhm.
To me, the hours
we'd never
would be a thing,
have any
just
of that.
because it's a neighborhood.
Oh,
Just-
correct, yeah.
Which you're saying what your hours are. but this-
Yeah, daytime hours, there's nobody there at night. And again, I live there right on premises. I don't want people coming in and out at night either, so. I go to bed pretty early.
And these are cars, so they're not like noisy.
Correct, yeah.
Everybody. has
Cars, pickup trucks, SUVs, stuff like that.
and because it's a neighborhood.
you'll still have people wandering after hours looking at, because some people don't get out of work,
I,
you know.
I
Let's
suppose,
not kid anybody
I
that's there.
suppose that could happen.
You've done it, I've done it, you know.
Sure, yeah, and this is a small operation.
Right, I
We're
understand.
not talking about Salvador's used car supercenter, with
Right.
200 cars. We're talking 10 to 15 cars probably at any given time. I wouldn't expect a huge draw. Maybe it will, who knows, but I doubt it.
You can sell 17 a day, go for it.
Yeah, well,
You know where you're gonna
I don't
go.
think that's gonna happen in Templeton, but hey, you never know.
Well, I guess we're done with our questioning.
Yeah, I can't really think of much,
I'm gonna open it up to the public now. If anybody in the audience has anything they want to add, complaints or whatever, feel free. It's wide open. Hearing none. Well, somebody wants to make a motion to vote, to allow.
Before we vote, I just wanna mention that, this is not too far from another case we had.
Mhm.
And right there.
Right.
So, just consider that.
Right.
Yourself, cause
I have already thought of it. I'm
Okay.
aware of it.
so, I mean, I'm just,
And like you said, each case has its own merit. and its-
Yeah, absolutely.
Totally
And-
set.
Well, that's it, then I'll make a motion, on the, application to, have a car lot. Second?
I'll second it.
Edwin, you're in a butter.
Can't,
He can't vote.
he's
You need to recuse yourself.
I'll recuse myself.
You're right.
Yep, I'm up.
Good catch. So I guess we'll vote on it. Joe?
I gotta vote no.
Alan?
I vote yes.
And I'll vote yes.
And the problem with that is we have to have a unanimous vote.
Because of how many.
Because it's just three of us.
Okay,
And in that case, it's not passed, but you can come back, I
can I
believe.
withdraw my
Laurie,
application and resubmit it when there's,
you can come back and hope it'll be a fourth or whatever. You can,
I need to check that because you have the majority here. And usually it's the majority,
he can't vote though.
I
So
still right,
I
it's three.
understand that,
Only one against. So the two's a majority, should have passed.
right? Which I can double check tomorrow, just to be sure,
So
See what
be
the
it.
rules are.
but I believe that the majority of the board constitutes.
Okay,
passing.
that's fine.
Okay.
I don't have
I-
a problem with that. I'm just saying, I was just telling, giving them another option, but if that's the case, that's the case.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
I'd like to reserve my right to withdraw the application, resubmit it next month, should that not be in my favor. If that's all right with you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we don't-
believe
That's
you,
not a
but-
problem.
Okay.
Yes, you move real quick.
but
Yeah, I mean,
There's still a,
my name isn't on the house.
even if. It is a yes, there's still a 20-day waiting period.
Correct.
Okay, just, I don't want you to, I heard somebody say move fast. I'm
No, I
not
meant
sure
him
what you
move.
meant.
For me to move.
Okay.
With that, you can probably adjourn this meeting.
Mhm. Make a motion to close the meeting,
The hearing.
the hearing, which I probably didn't even open, did I?
You did, you read the,
Hi.
you read it,
I make a motion to close this meeting,
hearing?
hearing. Do we have a second?
Second it.
No?
Thank
All in
you.
Favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
have a
I
good
will be
day.
in touch tomorrow, Adam.
Thank you, Lori. Appreciate it.
All righty, moving right along.
One more.
For this one. Do I move myself from here and go out there?
No, you're.
You're all set now. You can
You're all
vote on
set.
the next one.
No,
It was just this one.
Okay.
This case.
Okay, I thought Mark was here for his own.
No,
Of his own interest.
Okay.
So we've got a request by CCMPZ School Street LLC through Nixon Peabody LLP for notice of insubstantial comprehensive permit change.
and all your people that you need to talk to are on the screen. There is Carla Chafee and there is Matt, who you've met before.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, good to see you this evening. Thank you for your time. I'm sorry we're not there in person. I think this is a pretty minor issue, so I just, but we wanted to make sure you were well informed and knew exactly what we were doing here. So Carla is joining me this evening from Nixon Peabody. She's our zoning attorney. We did have some changes as it relates to our council, and so Carla is now representing us going forward. So I just wanted to make that clear. And just to refresh everybody, this is the redevelopment of the former Baldwinville Elementary School, 54 units of mixed income housing. We had a process in the past where you did a great job kind of trying to understand the issues. And I think we came to a great solution in that the permit had the things that you wanted and the things that we wanted. And we're really excited about this project for the community. I think it's moving along nicely. And as it relates to that, I wanted to give you an update. We are kind of on the doorstep of hearing about the financing from the state for this project. They are telling us it could be any time between now and the first week of January. So we'll know for sure, if we're going to be funded in the next couple of weeks here, hopefully an early holiday present. But we're really excited about the project. Again, I just wanted to rehash at town meeting, an additional CPA contribution was made to the project to show the level of support. That was unanimously voted at town meeting, which is a great sign. We also got some additional resources from the state, from the Office of Economic Development. So everything is really looking fantastic for this project. We're really excited about it. We're thankful for all of your support, the community support. I'm gonna turn it to Carla to just kind of talk through the letter that we provided. But before she does that, what I'll just say is the whole notion here of what we're requesting is to make sure we can improve the railroad abutment that is on the property and make that part of the walking trail. That was something the community wanted. So we can kind of show a plan if that's helpful, but that's the point of this minor modification to the comprehensive permit. So I'll turn it over to Carla, and then happy to open it to questions, discussion, whatever you need from us this evening. We're here at your pleasure. So Carla, go ahead.
Great. Thanks, Matt. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, great. So Matt gave some great context of the project and where we're going. And the background for this request today is just really to make sure that our ducks in a row. So when that financing is 100%, tied in a bow and ready to go, that all our permitting lines up with, what's actually going on the ground. And so as Matt mentioned, that there's a long parcel that abuts the river. And in order to extend the walkway to the very nice overlook platform, a portion of that parcel should be transferred to the development so that it's, all in single ownership. That parcel wasn't transferred via the RFP process that already went through. So Matt and Jason, as the principals for the development, are working with the town to get that transferred so that they can improve the property just like everyone had already seen with that overlook platform. But that parcel wasn't included in the actual comprehensive permit. So we want to make sure that the comprehensive permit is modified so that it reflects the correct amount of acreage, and it's modified so that all of our waivers that were requested and granted are, exactly as is.
Carla, I don't mean to stop you, Carla. Lori, can you allow me to share screen so I can show the board exactly what we're discussing? That would be super helpful.
That would be great, Matt. Yeah.
You can share now.
Thank
Great.
you.
I see it. Thank you. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
And this is the overlook here. Oh, this area right here, if you can see my cursor. So you see the property line is actually right here. So sorry, go ahead, Carla.
Yeah, no, that's super helpful. So we have that all in our head. We can see. As you know, the 40B process is governed by state law and state regulations. So there is a very helpful process within the regs that allows the local zoning board of appeals to consider whether a change to the language of the special permit, or excuse me, the comprehensive permit can be modified without the need for a public hearing. So that's all we're here today requesting. We're presenting to you, and I'll go through the requests in more detail. 2 requests that are really just hinged around allowing the development to finish off that overlook. And what we need from you is a finding that says, we agree that this is not a substantial change to the comprehensive permit. That's all we need to do. It's not substantial enough so that we need to go back and open up a public hearing for this minor change. So if you have the cover letter that we provided to you before this meeting, it lists out factors that the board can consider for whether or not a change to the comprehensive permit is substantial. And so a board must find that changes are insubstantial if you're not changing the height of the building by more than 10%. You're not changing the number of housing units. The bedroom count is the same. You're not reducing the size of the property. We're trying to increase it. And there's not a change to a building type or of the housing tenure. So, the unit mix, really. So in the letter as well, we go through 2 requests. The first one is, if the sale of that parcel is approved by town meeting, then the requested modifications in that chart that Matt pulled up, I'm so glad that he's here to help with the virtual meeting as we go. So because that parcel transfer needs to be approved by town meeting, if that happens, we just wanted to modify the waiver request so it reflects the larger size of the parcel. It's only a difference about 0.3 acres. So all you would need to do is make a finding that that's an insubstantial change to the comprehensive permit, and we don't need to do anything else. The second request is really in the we hope it's a slim chance that the sale of that section of parcel 407 will not be approved. And so if that section of the overlook does not transfer to the development, then we would be unable to make those improvements. So we would not be constructing that viewing platform only if the sale of that section of the parcel does not go through to the development team. So, happy to go into more detail on the regs or anything on our request, but we're coming to you tonight just for, a simple vote saying that these modifications, request 1 and request 2, are insubstantial.
Thank you, Carla.
The permit process for this change will be done by engineers and approved by the town, right? The changes of them all. I assume if there's changes, it has to be still go through the process of the.
Yes.
Of the blend.
Yes, sir. All of this is subject to the approval of the building permit. And for that permit, we will submit 100% construction documents, fully engineered and designed. And the building inspector will have full jurisdiction to review those plans and approve them and approve the building permit. So yes.
I assume that would be the case, just checking.
So
Good question.
on the abutments that you're talking about, you need to get the land that's around them. What's gonna happen to the abutments in the end? I mean, what's it gonna look like?
So,
if
we don't do the improvements, is that what you're asking?
No, if you do get everything you want and you go forward with it, what happens to the old trestle base?
So I was out there actually a couple of weeks ago with our contractor, just taking a look at it. It's a pretty substantial structure. It's actually it seems to be in really good shape.
So
yeah, there's a lot of granite in there. It's a robust structure. We are going to have our structural engineer evaluate it. And then if there are necessary improvements that need to be made, we'll make those as well, you know, so it is a safe place, you know, to do what we're calling for, which is really this overlook of the Otter River for the community's benefit. We're going to make it safe in that we'll put some fencing in. So it's, you know, there's no risk of injury or any issues with children because this is a family development. And then, you know, what happens there, we've got a couple ideas on it. You know, it could be just what it is and provide that kind of respite of quiet space. We actually had a great art installation in our Bridgewater project, and we're thinking of doing some more public art here. So it might be a good location for public art as well. You know, we're giving it some thought. I don't, you know, it's really awesome. I think this is probably one of the most exciting parts of the development is to reestablish this viewpoint for the community. So, you know, it could take a bunch of different forms, but to answer your question, it will be safe, secured, and engineered at the end of the day.
You mentioned, you're looking for potentially in a couple weeks of getting financing for this project. Other people have thought that it's been taking quite a while, even though from your point of view, you think things are going swimmingly. But what happens if you don't get that money? What happens to the building? What happens to all of it if you're not getting that?
Sure. Yeah. Great question, and appreciate your perspective on that. And you know, we started this project back in 2020. We're committed to the community and the town. We are financially tied to this project. My partner and I have over $1 million invested in this project at this point in time. I think that's a short way of saying we're not going anywhere. It's also a way of saying that we're committed to seeing through the financing. And so, you know, we will apply again, and we will, if we do not get the financing this time, we'll apply again, and we'll, you know, try to move mountains again. And, you know, we will do everything we can to make this project happen. We are wholly committed to the Templeton community and this project's redevelopment.
What we wanted to hear.
It doesn't take long for a building to kind of disintegrate, just sitting there by itself.
I fully agree with you, and Adam and I have had conversations about this. You know, just a couple of weeks ago, some kids broke in and did some more vandalism. You know, I can't get this thing started fast enough, quite frankly. I am committed to it. This is our passion is redeveloping these historic buildings, and it's a beautiful building. It really pulls at my heartstrings, the fact that, you know, it's been vacant since 2019. But I think, you know, looking at our Bridgewater project, you know, that one took about the same amount of time to get started. That was vacant for 20 years, you know, so that was in really rough shape. I really want to preserve what we've got here in Templeton. The building is in great shape. I want to get started as soon as possible. So that's where I am on that.
Do you feel like if you get the financing in a couple weeks that you'll be able to start this coming spring?
Summer most likely, but yes, the goal is to start to be concurrent with the School Street improvements that are taking place. That the town administrator was able to secure community development block grant funds for. We want to make sure we're lined up with that and really getting going. This, you know, this is a 18 to 20 month project. So the sooner we start, the sooner we finish.
Well, good luck. Hopefully it goes through.
It's going to go through.
Yeah.
That's my Christmas wish.
Yeah.
We need housing.
We do.
Oh, whole state, whole country now.
We just need to do something with abandoned buildings too.
Working on that.
Yeah.
So what we need,
So,
go ahead, Carla.
oh, sorry, Lori. Yeah, if I may, procedurally, probably the best thing to do would be to make a motion finding that the two requests presented in the letter dated November 28th, 2023, are insubstantial changes to the comprehensive permit.
Sounds like a path forward to me. If somebody wants to make a motion. Second,
I'll second it.
did you make the motion?
Who made a motion?
I made the motion.
You made
So-
the-
You gotta read it out.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
so
that's right.
we wanna make a motion. Make it, to align with what they want. What they want is the word in
Substantial
unsubstantial change.
to the project, correct.
Motion that this is not an insubstantial change to the permit,
Is.
is an insubstantial change to the permit.
Thank you.
Correct.
And I'll second it.
Joe seconds. I'll take a vote now. Joe?
Yes.
Yes? Yes.
Yes.
So unanimous.
Thank you all.
You're more than welcome.
You have a great night.
Any problems, let us know.
Okay, we will.
Thank you for your time.
It's great to see you. I'm sorry we're not there in person. It's also my birthday this evening, so I appreciate that on my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Okay.
Yeah,
Before you go, Carla, I
Yes.
might need some guidance on legalese for what you actually need.
sure thing. It'll probably just be a simple letter, on the town letterhead.
I can
And
handle
I
that.
can email you a suggestion if you like.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Great.
you all. Have a great evening.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
See you there.
We'll see you there. All right,
Oh,
we
we're gonna
can,
adjourn this case.
go to number 4.
We gotta
No,
close-
we gotta go
close this
back to
meeting.
1.
Yes, you do. And we have a small addition because my counterpart, my partner here, noticed that at one of the meetings, we didn't have what we needed to be able to do the minutes of August 29th. So those are in your packet too. So August 29th and 10/17.
So if we can do August 29th first, the people that would vote would be David, Joe, and Alan.
Is the minutes you're supposed to be voting on?
I already read.
Okay. Yeah, I read them at home too. But I don't know about the 29th that she just read us.
And guess you read them a long time
I was
ago.
gonna say, I guess you read them a long time ago,
Yeah.
because I usually send them right after
Yeah.
the meeting.
So for this variance on 46 Shore Drive, because the structure is already up. And they voted no, that building's coming down, correct?
Nope.
Nope.
That actually was approved. They got to keep it.
Okay, yes, okay. But if we had voted no, they have to remove the,
They had to move it.
Or appeal it or something.
I don't see any boo-boos. Pretty hard to catch easily.
Lady. One of the best additions to.
Need a motion either way, gentlemen.
Everybody done reading?
I make a motion that we accept the minutes on the 29th, was it?
August.
I second it.
Take Take a vote. Joe?
Yes,
Yes. Ed?
Yes.
That's a unanimous. yes.
And then the minutes from October 17th.
right.
Voting people can be David, Joe, and Alan.
I'm all set to vote. when-
Sorry, Edwin, you're out.
You weren't there, so.
Gotta show up.
It's a different
All right.
voice.
Okay, give him. Got him.
Is it okay if we tease him? Okay.
Let him have it.
What was the date of the minutes?
October 17th.
October 17th?
Yep.
I make a motion that we vote on the minutes on October 17th.
Okay, I can second that.
And we'll take a roll call vote. Joe?
Yes.
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 Another unanimous. Nobody has anything else.
I make a motion that we adjourn the meeting. We have a second.
All in favor? Say aye.